Welcome to this week's episode of Holly's Racing Fantasy. I'll bring you the latest news and what's going on around NASCAR. We'll hit the highlights from last week's race, and I'll give you my fantasy picks for this upcoming week. Join John and I for all things fantasy, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun while we do it. Stick around. Holly's Racing Fantasy is sponsored by Fifth Down Fantasy. For the latest NFL news and pro football and NASCAR picks, trust the gang over at Fifth Down Fantasy. Since 2016, Fifth Down Fantasy has been a favorite destination for football fanatics looking for smart and savvy advice and analytics. Visit fifthdownfantasy.com today. Fifth Down Fantasy, real fantasy advice by and for real fantasy players. Today, we are going to talk about some fun stuff, y'all.
We certainly are.
It was the YellaWood 500 at Talladega Super Speedway.
And it was super speedy way.
It was. It did not disappoint.
No, it did not.
I am so happy because I was able to actually watch about 97% of the race.
Yeah, I missed the beginning.
Did you?
I was working.
Oh, well,
No.
I wasn't. Well, I did do a little bit of cooking, but you know what? Most of the time I miss a good, 25% of the race on Sundays trying to run around. But this time I watched it all. I got some great notes. I'm really
You
excited.
had a stomachache like the whole race too.
Oh my Lord.
It was so
I
nerve-wracking.
really did.
Yeah.
Especially when it came to the end of the stages, because you know what? The playoffs, Talladega, everybody goes nuts when there's about 5-6 laps left in the stage.
Yeah.
And they go 4 wide wild.
Yes.
And the positions change every fraction of a second.
At 200 miles an hour.
At 200 miles an hour. Somebody who was second is now 15th, and
Right.
somebody who was 12th is now second. It's crazy. And my heart was pounding.
Mine was too.
Especially at the very end. But my heart was pounding on all the stages.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what pounded my heart first, John.
What was that?
When Denny Hamlin was pushing Riley Herbst about 3 laps into the race.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Riley Herbst, he's young, 24 years old, I think.
Yeah,
and
he's like 12.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Half of them are early 12.
Yeah.
And this was, I think, his 4th time up in the Cup. He races in Xfinity. But he's not, he almost got the pole this week. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But he started up front with Denny Hamlin right behind him. And so Denny's trying to push him. And you could tell this kid's like, oh my God, I'm getting pushed by Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
He's
so like, hold on, baby.
Hold up. So it was but it was okay. It was okay. Thank God no accidents ensued.
He did good though,
He
Riley.
actually did.
He
Oh my
actually
gosh.
did pretty good.
He actually really did. He finished 9th.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. Someone to keep an eye on.
But who won?
Well, hold on.
All right, keep going.
I'm not there yet.
I'm so excited.
By the 7th lap, these guys were 3 wide and the action didn't stop. But you know what? Who won? You know who won?
Who was it?
Could that have been my brilliant pick last week? My brilliant NASCAR fantasy pick?
I think it was.
Ryan Blaney. Yay! Ryan Blaney. Yes.
Yeah.
The number 12 Team Penske Ford crossed that finish line first, although it was neck and neck with Kevin Harvick, who I was, again, on the edge of our seats, folks.
Yeah. I thought Kevin might have had it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I really did too. Because guess what? John, as everybody knows, throughout this whole season, Ryan Blaney is John's permanent driver through our fantasy
throughout the
league.
entire season.
And this week, I picked Ryan Blaney. As did my mother-in-law, Eileen, picked Ryan Blaney as well.
Yeah.
And I picked him, and I'm so glad I did, even though it didn't really make too much of a difference for my positioning. But pretty darned cool.
Yeah. And like
Pretty
with
darn
Ryan
cool.
Blaney, like I've done terrible all year.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now I'm in second place.
Yeah, exactly. You wait.
I'm not going to win it. I'm
No.
too far behind.
Well, but still.
Your dad's going to win.
You know what? With Ryan Blaney, he's heating up. He's heating up when he needs to, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
So Ryan Blaney wins at the YellaWood 500 in Talladega.
All right.
What else happened? The Stuart Haas cars of Ryan Preece was driving the Wonder Bread car, and Chase Briscoe was driving the Old Spice car in a homage to Talladega Nights, right?
Ricky Bobby.
Yep. And it was really funny because the Wonder Bread car actually was leading at one point around the 20 lap. So that was kind of funny.
And there were some handlebar mustaches all around.
There were.
Yeah, there was. I saw a bunch of them.
Oh my gosh. Hilarious.
Yep. We're having a good time.
They were having a really good time.
Yeah.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. led for a little bit, and we said Ricky Dickey is moving too much around lap 48.
And he was Dickey because he almost caused a few accidents. He's so crazy in Talladega.
He really is. He is wild.
On the speedways. Even in Daytona, he's just a wild driver at those speeds. He's not afraid.
No,
you got to give him that.
Not.
He is brave as hell.
Oh my gosh, that guy's got a set on him.
He does.
That's all I'm going to say.
He's got a set of...
Speaking of Carson Hocevar, he had car trouble in qualifying, so he started the back to begin with, and he never really did catch up very well. But at one point, Brad Keselowski was kind of toward the rear, and he went to push Carson Hocevar. And here's the thing at Talladega, folks: if you push in the wrong spot, if you can, this track is based on drafting and pushing.
Yeah.
And you could push in the middle, and you could push on the outside, which would be like the passenger side rear. But
my God.
But if you push on the left side, driver's side rear, when you're going into the corners, you're going to wipe out that car, most likely yourself and anyone who's in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
And that's kind of exactly what Brad Keselowski did. He pushed on Carson Hocevar in the wrong place and wiped out Hocevar, wiped himself out, and took out Austin Dillon, who, as classless as usual, Austin Dillon said about the accident. About Carson Hocevar. That guy couldn't hold a straight line even without anyone pushing him. So I don't know why Brad pushed him.
Hey, Austin Dillon, I got a message for you. Here's a sound of your career. Because
very nice.
Because you're a douche.
You're a jerk.
You're a jerk.
Yeah. So,
Never liked you, Austin. I never will.
Yeah, it was really funny. I noticed you were saying that when he was doing it.
I never liked the guy.
Yeah, it's pretty. I've been I don't care either way.
He's racing because he's got a name.
Oh, that's what people say.
And you can get a car around the track, but you ain't never going to be no champion.
Absolutely.
Oh, you won the Daytona when everyone else crashed. And then you snuck in and won it. That's your claim to fame.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we are brutal.
Sorry, I don't care.
I know. But anyway, so then, there was several accidents. Ross Chastain got into the wall. He ended up DNF. So he's at the bottom now.
I'm starting to feel bad for Ross Chastain.
I know, because he actually didn't look pretty.
Yeah.
I know, I felt bad too.
He's definitely toned it down. I think he's just, I don't know. Maybe he's learned a lot from this year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Kyle Busch did not do well. He finished 25th. Brad Keselowski, as we talked about, he wrecked, so he finished rotten. The Toyotas had a hard time. Truex could not get up there. Bell couldn't get up there. Bell was actually involved in an accident, had duct tape all over the front fender. So he was behind most of the race. Denny Hamlin had a pit road penalty, which sent him to the back.
Yeah.
He rallied and rallied and rallied, trying to get in the lucky dog spot.
Yep.
Couldn't get there. Finally got there. And I am not kidding you. This guy drove all the way up to finish third.
Yeah.
Well,
how about that move though to stay in the pack? You got to understand the cars are traveling in a pack, and if you're out in front by yourself, they're just going to run you over. So you have to get out of the way.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't get out of the way.
No,
he stays in the middle.
Yeah.
And he waits for someone to kind of help him and get behind him,
and he just blends right in.
Hold your breath. Here comes 30 cars going 200 miles per hour, and you're going to hang out in the middle of that.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Crazy.
I'm sure there were people who were not happy.
Move. No.
But nobody, but it didn't wreck anybody, and I didn't hear anybody chatter about it, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But it was a brilliant, honest to God, I gotta say, very impressive.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick was great. He looked great. The bad thing is he had an issue in his post-race inspection, and he was disqualified.
Yeah.
So he ended up going from second to 38th.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it would have been worse if he won, though.
That's very, very true. Way worse if he won. Worse. And you feel bad because it's not his fault.
No.
It's something, whatever, his pit crew, whatever happened with the car.
Yeah.
So
they were wasted the night before putting it together.
Right. They were drinking all that Bush Light.
They were drinking all that Bush Light.
Bush Light.
They're like, let's try this with the headlights. And
right.
Let's put a propeller on the car. No, that's not going to work.
Anyway, speaking of the Toyotas, other than Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, up and down all day, was trying, was up, was down. But you know what? He finished 23rd. Although he moves up to 22nd because, with Kevin Harvick disqualified,
Yeah.
But, Michael Jordan was there, and Michael Jordan went down to pit road and, gave him a pat on the back, gave him a handshake. So
yeah, it was cool to see.
It was cool to see.
The champ.
I know, right?
Michael Jordan.
Can you believe that?
Michael Jordan tapping you on the back saying, hey, you're still in this, kid. You got this, kid.
Exactly. Very bizarre. But right now,
no one else has got that.
I know. Right now, Bubba Wallace is 9 points under the cutoff line.
All right.
This week, we are facing an elimination race.
Yeah, this is going to be.
Well, we can get more into that with NASCAR news.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So let me run down. Other than Kevin Harvick again, he did not finish second. Nope. He finished second, but disqualified. So William Byron came in second.
Yeah,
that guy. I swear to God, this guy.
Willie.
This guy's going to the Final Four.
Willie might win it.
He very well could. This is his year.
He's had a great year.
Yeah. Denny Hamlin third, Corey LaJoie fourth, Austin Cindric was fifth, Justin Haley was sixth, Chase Elliott 7, Ryan Preece 8th, Riley Herbst 9th, Daniel Suarez came in 10th.
All right.
I know.
That's the rundown.
So that's the rundown. Congratulations to Ryan Blaney. And we're going to move on to NASCAR news.
And Talladega, we'll see you next year.
Talladega, we will see you. That's right. Yeah. That is it. We will see it next year. It will be April 21st.
Oh, wow. April 21st.
I know.
All right.
All right. One thing I forgot to mention from the race.
Yeah, what was that?
The announcers pulled the old, oh my God, did they get enough fuel?
Always.
Do they have enough to make it?
The out of fuel drama continues.
Oh my gosh.
As the gasoline turns.
It's the gas can turns.
As the gas can turns.
And then I also wanted to mention at the end of the race when that interviewer, and you know what, folks, I'm not trying to be gender biased. I like female interviewers. I love Jamie Little on Fox, whatever. The female interviewer, she asks Denny Hamlin, so you go into the Roval 50 points up. How does that make you feel? Are you kidding me? And Denny Hamlin grins. And he goes,
Denny fashion.
Classic. He goes, makes me feel pretty good. Thank you for asking.
That was legendary.
Legendary. Oh my gosh.
Legendary Denny.
It really totally was.
Yeah.
What do we want here? You know what? Harrison Burton signs another season with Front Row Motorsports. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
What else is on the NASCAR news? Actually, the big thing on the NASCAR news is really the schedule for 2024. Just came out today. Like right before we started recording our show, it just came out.
Big news.
Which is big news and very exciting because usually everything comes out after we record.
Yeah.
So Sunday, February 4th.
Sunday.
is the Clash at the LA Memorial Coliseum.
The Clash.
8 p.m. Eastern Time. Unbelievable.
Are you not entertained at the Clash?
We are totally entertained.
Yes.
The duels at Daytona are on February 15th. That's going to set your 500.
They pace from each other and then they turn around and they shoot each other.
Right.
The duels. No,
or they slap each other with a glove.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Okay. And then the Daytona 500 is February 18th.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit. The usual suspects are here. Circuit of the Americas, all the rest, everybody else.
Yeah.
The All-Star race will be in North Wilkes-Barre again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, on May 19th. Let's see if we can get tickets to that.
Yeah, right.
Worldwide Technology Raceway will be in the mix again. Iowa Speedway.
Oh.
I saw a thing that said, if you build it, they will come. So they are returning to Iowa Speedway.
Wow.
I know. That's going to be in June.
I have no idea what that track is or looks like. No,
me either. Probably
it sounds
small.
Pretty cool.
Probably a hometown speedway.
You said if they build it, they will come. I mean,
I know. I saw that on the headline.
That's like, wow, that's awesome.
That is pretty exciting. But several of the drivers have been there with Xfinity or the Craftsman Series because it was on the circuit years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did a little bit of research on that because I'm like, how am I going to pick those fantasy picks?
Yeah.
But I'm good.
You'll do good, Ricky Bobby.
Thanks. Chicago Street Race will be there again, July 7th. Let's hope it doesn't rain.
Okay.
The Indy is not going to be a road course. It's actually going to be the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
That'll be cool.
So happy day. We're going to be at the Brickyard again.
Yep. And of course, Kyle Larson, real quick, again, is doing both that day. He's going to do the Indy and the Charlotte.
Yes, he is. 600. Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Watkins Glen is moving to the playoffs.
Wow.
Watkins Glen will be Sunday, September 15th.
Okay.
So perhaps a little trip will be in order to go and visit our friends and family in New York. And we could have a 20th birthday shindig for our son, too.
Now, listen.
Yeah.
It could snow in September. I'm just kidding. It's in New York. But
well, it could be very cold.
It could be cold. Yeah.
Honest to God.
That's going to be so cool.
That is going to be wicked cool, though.
Man, what a good move. That's smart.
Yeah, I know.
I was going to say, if you're going to have the Roval in a playoff. It's like,
which we still do. The Roval will still be in the playoffs. Yeah, I know.
All right, well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
So that's pretty much it. And then again, all the usual suspects, Vegas, Phoenix, Talladega, Dover, Kansas, Darlington,
Mario Kart,
New Hampshire, Richmond,
Mario Kart,
and blah, and blah, and blah.
You're not picking up on my humor.
I am. I do want to say something funny.
Okay.
Does anyone get as annoyed at the Pods commercial that they show like on every race as I do?
Oh, I do.
Okay, because the chick is like, we got the house. And the chick from Pods is like,
spinning in her chair.
Yeah. And she's like dancing and spinning in her chair. Like,
because she cares.
Because anybody from Pods really cares if you get a house or not.
Yeah.
They just want you to pay them up so you could get a pod.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're not like dancing around.
Are we that ridiculous? Are we that? I don't know.
Are we that stupid that we believe that these companies care enough about us?
Right.
They really don't.
Come on.
I know.
Marketing.
Give me I'll tell you. I could tell you stories.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
But I ain't gonna.
I'll give you one later.
Are you gonna?
Well, maybe.
Are you gonna give me one later?
I don't know.
But let me tell you something though, folks. We do care about you.
Yeah, we
care
do.
about y'all.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
Yeah.
Okay, so in light of all that, I think that the NASCAR news is all caught up, and now we can get on to sexy booth talk. How's that sound?
Ooh.
I know.
Let me go see if I can find them.
We have 3 sexy booth things this week for the guy.
Okay. Hey. Wait.
What?
I see him.
What did we forget? Oh, okay, there he is.
Sexy booth guy. I want to make sure.
Oh, yeah. Go get him.
I'll go get him.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I've missed that saxophone.
Oh, I know you have.
But that implies that it's time for sexy booth talk.
Oh, you know what time it is.
For any of you new listeners, these are the statements that we heard in the NASCAR broadcasting booth on NBC this weekend. And we take a spin and turn them into a sexy sounding way to say it.
Oh, it's no spin. It's all true.
Well, it is all true. Folks, we don't make this up.
We don't.
These are actually statements that were uttered in the booth by one of the announcers.
Yeah.
Could it be Rick Allen?
Ricky Allen.
Steve Letarte?
Oh, the Letarte man.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Oh, Junior.
Or Jeff Burton.
Oh, Jebby, don't go flabby.
We'll never tell.
I'm never gonna tell.
But trust me, it happened.
It definitely did.
Okay, the first one up.
Okay.
I don't think you want to come with 20 of your friends. That can be pretty chaotic.
And messy. Wow.
Next one up, and I believe they were talking about Martin Truex Jr. at this time. He's going to do more things that most people are uncomfortable with.
Oh, he knows himself. Not afraid to try.
Last but not least. we're going to get a little 4-wide action in the middle.
Ouch. Hope you're ready.
And that's all we have for Sexy Booth Talk this week.
Oh, that's enough for me.
It's good hearing from you again, Sexy Booth Guy.
It's good to be back.
Maybe we'll see you next week after the Roval.
Sounds good.
Have a good week.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Cooter boogie, Cooter boogie,
Cooter boogie.
Cooter boogie,
I love it.
Cooter. You like that?
I do.
Yeah, it's a cooter dooter boogie.
The Cooter Dooter Boogie.
You do the cooter dooter boogie.
I love it.
You do the cooter dooter boogie.
Oh, we need a Cooter Dooter album.
Yeah,
Right?
my greatest hits.
Your greatest.
Everything I've done in 1 year.
I love it.
Riding the bull.
Riding the bull.
Riding the bull. I've been riding the bull.
Muddin'.
Muddin'. It's time to go muddin', muddin', muddin'. Time to go muddin', muddin', muddin'. That'll be the second hit.
Drinking leftover beer out of the beer cans.
Drinking leftover beer out of a broken beer can. That's a mouse's life.
Oh my God. I lost my kid at Daytona 500.
I lost 200 kids at the Daytona 500 because I told them not to cross the track, yo.
Oh my God.
God, they don't listen.
We need.
They never do.
They never. Kids do not
Kids
ever
do
listen.
not listen.
If you
I don't care if you're a mouse
Nope.
or a person.
Nope. They don't.
They don't.
just
They're
don't.
like, hey, don't cross the road. Here comes a speeding car. I'm going to cross the car. I'm going to cross the road. Here I go.
Sorry.
Oh, well. There goes Junior.
Oh God.
Oh, well.
You know what?
Make another.
Oh my God, you're killing me.
I know.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Oh, what? What happened? Is that Sexy Booth Guy? How come I follow Sexy Booth Guy?
I don't know.
Tell that guy to put some pants on. My God. How excited could you be over talk? Right?
Right.
Oh, they're coming for wide. Lord.
Maybe we need Cooter Booth, Sexy Cooter Booth.
Yeah. I'll at least have my pants on.
Oh my God, really?
Jeez. Oh, whatever. Yeah.
I know. Okay, you know what? Did you have fun?
Alabama Slammer. Alabama Slammer. I had some Alabama Slammer.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw about 13 Leonard Skinner tribute bands in Alabama.
I know, I bet.
Yeah.
But you didn't end up in the Alabama Slammer, so that's great.
I did not end up in the Alabama Slammer, but I drank a lot of Alabama Slammer.
I love it.
Yeah.
And your ride for next season won the Talladega.
He did. I'm going to be riding with Ryan Blaney next year.
I love it. That's
Bye-bye,
great.
Michael McDowell.
That's right.
Yeah, here's a handkerchief.
Fantastic.
I know.
That's a fast racetrack, Cooter.
That's super fast.
You guys got to be real careful
We
there.
are super careful.
Oh, that's good. That's important. That's
yeah,
important.
and you know what else I did?
What?
I drank a pumpkin frosty from Wendy's.
Did you really? Is it good? I need to get one.
Yeah, you better get one before the season's over.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Wait, sorry, my repeat button. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you had a good time down there.
Yeah, it was fun.
I know. You're gonna go up to the Roval this
I'm
week?
definitely going to the Roval.
Awesome.
I'll be there.
Did you hear any, was everybody doing okay down there? Did you see Michael Jordan?
Yeah, I saw Michael Jordan. I know MJ. Are you kidding me? We totally hang. I got like 30 pairs of Air Jordans, you know?
Really?
Yeah, they're little ones, mini ones.
Awesome. Well, considering you have 4 feet, that takes like 4 pairs.
Yeah, it's like
2
4
pairs.
times what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't do math.
Wow. Yeah, I bet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's an interesting life for a mouse.
It is very interesting.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so you're going to the Roval.
I'm going to the Roval.
This is an elimination race.
Elimination race. It should be fun.
So just be careful.
I will.
Because, people are going to get crazy.
Oh, it's going to be wild.
It is. And we're already setting up your schedule for next year because the schedule came out today.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new schedule. Mm-hmm. That's good.
That is good.
Yeah.
We'll see where you're going to go.
Okay.
All right, Cooter Dooter. Again, we'll let you go.
Short and sweet today.
Short and sweet today because we got to get on to fantasy.
Hey, no problem.
All right.
I got you. I'll be at the Roval. If anything new happens, I'll be ready.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
See you next week.
All right.
Over and out.
Bye.
Bye.
And here we are. This is what you came for, folks. You came for the NASCAR fantasy picks.
You better give us a good fantasy pick.
I'm going to try.
I know you always do.
I do. Well, again, my brilliant pick, Ryan Blaney, won last week.
Yeah.
And my brilliant pick, William Byron, won the week before that. So I'm on a roll.
Yeah, you're on a roll. Keep rolling.
Thanks. Here's the NASCAR fantasy picks for the Bank of America Roval 400 at Charlotte Motor Speedway Road Course.
Let's hear them.
That's a mouthful. We're starting off brilliant with Ryan Blaney again. Ryan Blaney is a champ at the Roval. He knows how to get around it. And if it's between him and anybody else other than Bubba Wallace or Chase Elliott, he's going to take that win without blinking an eye. Consider him up and running at front no matter what. Next pick, Christopher Bell. This has been the worst few weeks for Christopher Bell. Poles, no wins, pit stop problems, accidents out the rear end. But you know what? He's resilient. He's good on road courses. He's won here before. Think about Christopher Bell when you set your lineup. Last but not least is Chase Elliott, because he is a road course champion, and he's been getting better and better as the weeks have gone on. He's coming back to form. He's won here twice already, and I fully expect him to show up at the Roval. Now, my NASCAR fantasy sleeper picks, those are my bold picks. Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick is below the cutoff line right now, and this is an elimination race. It's a road course. Don't expect him to lay over on it. He's going to get stage points, possibly a win, but either way, he's going to be in the round of 8 by the time the Roval ends. Chris Buescher. You know what? When the Roval first started, he didn't have a couple of good races, but now he's been consistent, pretty much in the top 10s the last couple of years, and I think this year, Chris Buescher gets the win at the Roval. And last but not least is Joey Logano. You know what? He's not known especially for road courses, but he does okay. And you know what? He's got 4 top 10s here. He does pretty good at the Roval, and you know he wants another win, even though he's not in the playoffs. And if he doesn't win, like say if there's another playoff driver up there, he may give them the pass, and he may lay back, but he's going to give a good finish either way. Now, when it comes to my bonkers picks, again, it's a road course, it's a road race. Who knows who could do what? It's an elimination race. Everybody could wreck. Anybody could win. But here are the people if all goes well. I don't necessarily see Ty Gibbs winning. I don't see Ty Dillon winning, especially the fact that this guy can't even crack the top 20. And Eric Almirola, same thing. Hasn't even been in the top 20. But hey, you know what? Not that they're bad drivers, just that they're the ones that have the slimmest chances, I think, to win this weekend. So let me do a NASCAR fantasy pick recap for you real quick for the Bank of America Roval 400 at Charlotte Motor Speedway Road Course. Brilliant picks, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, and Chase Elliott. Bold picks, Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, and Chris Buescher. Bonkers picks, Ty Gibbs, Ty Dillon, and Eric Almirola. And let me take one quick minute to mention 2 honorables. These are 2 guys I do not put in my article at Fifth Down Fantasy, but I give them to you because you came to this podcast. Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman. They are quite possible. To be honest with you, Alex Bowman has not finished outside the top 10 yet at the Roval. So we'll see what happens. Those are my NASCAR fantasy picks for this week at the Roval, and I am sticking to them. If you like what you're hearing, follow me on Facebook at Holly's Racing Fantasy for a little more information here and there. You can listen to the latest episode of Holly's Racing Fantasy every Friday whenever there's a Cup Series race, wherever you get your podcasts. Or subscribe to Holly's Racing Fantasy on YouTube for current and past episodes. Thanks. Okay, John, even though this is our ending, this is an elimination race, okay?
Yes,
we go down to the round of 8.
Yeah.
So let me just tell y'all, right now, sitting below the cutoff line, Tyler Reddick by 2 points. Sitting above the cutoff line, Brad Keselowski at +2. That could go either way. Mm-hmm. Bubba Wallace is below the cutoff line by 9 points. Ross Chastain's below by 10, and Kyle Busch is below by 26 points. Yeah. Kyle Busch pretty much has to win or this is it.
Yeah, I don't...
And Ross Chastain pretty much has to win or this is it.
Yeah.
Bubba and Tyler, that could go either way. Brad Keselowski, that could go either way. And Kyle Larson's only 15 points above the cutoff line.
Wow.
Right now, sitting pretty for the round of 8 are William Byron and Ryan Blaney, who've already raced their way in. Denny Hamlin is 50 points above the cutoff, so it'd have to be a real, DNF in the first lap and everybody else beat him out.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Christopher Bell's sitting pretty nice, too. So that's why I made a mention that Kyle Busch could win it here.
Yeah, he
if
could.
If he's desperate, but I'm not saying.
But you know, when Kyle gets desperate, he gets crazy.
That's why he's not. That's why he's an honorable mention.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's how he handles the pressure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I know,
No, you do know. You do know. You watch. You know.
Yeah.
For Pete's sake.
I know.
We may not have been NASCAR fans when Dick Trickle was racing.
Yeah.
But we've pretty much been in here since the year.
Since Trickle Dickle.
Since the year after Senior lost his life at Daytona.
Yeah. We've been watching ever since.
We have been. We have been. So this is where we part ways now. This is where we say goodbye to our loyal, wonderful listeners.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate it. Only a few races left.
Yep.
One thing I need to make clear and say.
No.
If you or someone you know.
I don't know anybody.
Has a gambling addiction.
Who has a gambling addiction.
And would like help.
I don't want help.
Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline.
I won't do it.
That's 1-800-GAMBLER.
I like my barrel.
It's 1-800.
It's nice and warm.
GAMB.
It rolls around like a car.
LER.
I get around.
It's easy. Text, call, chat, or go online.
Yeah.
You don't have to suffer with a gambling addiction. And that's not specifically for anybody I know. That's just in general.
Yeah, sure.
Other than that, I don't think I have much more to say.
I think that's it.
That's about it.
I think that's it.
So everybody have a good, healthy, happy, enjoyable week.
Yes.
We're going to see you here next time.
Yeah, we'll know who's in.
We'll know who's in and who's not.
And who's out.
And who's out.
All right.
All right. So race on, y'all.
All right. Race on.